Hey, it's JP again.
Here it is. Here's the review video. This is a review of everything that I've learned so far from all of the videos that I've watched and all of the tutorials that I've studied and multiple days of sitting down with even a sketchbook, not even doing it on my computer, just doing it with a pencil and then lining in with pen and paper. There's like 4 main topics that I'm going to cover today. First is going to be a rough sketch. Second's going to be face shields. Third is going to be, coloring. And fourth is going to be the problems that I've run into still. So as you can see, using face shield here, trying to get, I'm doing this basic sketch and then I do the face shield and I try and just get some basic details in. This is not in any way the final project that I'm going to use. These lines are more reference lines for my lines, and you'll see that here in a second. But it's just repetition. Do it from at different angles. Do it different facial structures. Get used to not drawing the same person over and over again. But then in other situations, draw the same person from different angles. But this is just it's like a test that I'm giving myself. So as you can see, I took the girl here and I'm adding lines over my lines. I'm going in and I'm refining. This is something that I will swear by. It is so important to do this. I didn't do this until recently, where I would just use the original sketch that I did as my reference lines and I would just paint in over that. But taking that refinement, taking that original sketch and then refining it a little bit more, it makes an absolute difference. It is wonderful. I swear by it. It's amazing. Please do this when you are doing your art as a beginner, at least. As far as face shield goes, I didn't need to do a face shield on this because I already had done the face shield on the original sketch. And if you still want to redo the face shield, by all means, it's not going to hurt. Eyes, I'm doing a lot better on my eyes. If you go back to my old videos, you're gonna see way worse eyes. I'm starting to kind of understand how the anatomy works and how it looks from different angles. Mouths I still struggle with, noses I still struggle with, eyes I still struggle with, but I am also trying to look at the new, where I'm at now. I'm trying to look at the progress that I've made and appreciate where I've come from in the past 2 months of work. And I'm excited. I can't wait to see where I'm at in December. So right here we have the finished secondary lines over the outline, and now we're starting with color. Color is interesting to me because color is a mix of both, the highlights and shadows, like the luminescence of the color, the luminosity, and the hue. So you have to pick the right hue, but then it's also got to be kind of the right brightness, if you will. Oversaturated looks very crayon-like and very cartoony. Undersaturated might fall a little bit more into the, realism, photorealism. But I'm just having fun here. This is. I'm not really trying to do either. I would just want to make sure that my proportions are right. When it comes to hair, I still have not messed with any tutorials on hair. I am not in any way an expert or even an amateur on hair. I know how to draw these cartoony type flames, and I just use that as my hair strands. If I drew this hair red, it would look like flames. Mouths, still struggling with, but again, I appreciate where I'm at now because of where I've come from in the past month. They fit the face a little bit more. Sure, it's not perfect. Sure, it's not nearly correct as far as anatomy goes, but it sells the look that I'm kind of going for. As far as the hair goes and shading goes, I'm still very new to this. As I said, I have no hair video tutorials that I've studied and then practiced and studied more and practiced. This is all just, I mean, I'm drawing it almost as if it's a solid object with the way that I shade it, but that's fine. I'm not there yet. Baby steps when it comes to art. You can't learn it all in a day. And I'm okay with where I'm at with it. It's obviously just another thing I have to add to the list. All in all, I feel as though when you really sit down and you really want to learn something, YouTube can really be a great place to go if you have the drive to sit and watch something that you want to learn about and you follow the experts on there. Maybe, you know, there's so many people on there that have so much experience, professional experience, and you know, some of them can't relay their experience over in a way that is easy to understand, but some can. And there's so many people, great other creators out there that are so good at teaching, and I'm extremely ecstatic to have learned how much I have just from the last 2 months of working on this. I thank you guys for coming on this journey with me. It's been an absolute blast. I can't wait to see where I end up and how my art ends up progressing forward in the next few months. I really look forward to not only continuing to practice the facial structure and shading and lighting and tone and proportions, but also learning new things, poses, how does the body work, the anatomy of the body, and how to not make my characters look so stiff. So I guess thank you. Don't forget to give me a like and subscribe if you can. I really appreciate all of the love that I've received so far, and any tips will be greatly appreciated. Deuces.